Today we're talking about ticks. Hi guys, welcome back. Well, I don't know how it is where you live, but here ticks can be a real big problem. Therefore today I would like to talk a little bit more about tick prevention and what I personally do to prevent ticks on Ravi. Little disclaimer, I'm not a medical expert, I'm not a veterinarian or anything. This is just the stuff that I use in the hope to get Ravi as tick-free as possible during the hiking season. And that it works for Ravi doesn't mean that it works for your dog. So always try it out, always see what works for your dog. And that can be a long way because it took me a few years to find what really works for Ravi, because Ravi is an absolutely magnet to ticks. Sometimes on hikes, when we're out for an hour, he has 10, 20 ticks. That wasn't an exception, so sometimes they could really drive me completely bonkers because I was getting more ticks of Ravi than I was enjoying any hike. So I'm really happy that I found a solution now. We have been using that this season, and well, it's September now, and I think, well, Ravi might have had 5 ticks this year. That's such an improvement to what we were used to. All the stuff that I'm using is 100% natural. I'm staying away from the chemicals, and there has been years that I was using them on Ravi because I was so desperate, but not doing that again. In my opinion, everybody should know them for themselves, what they are doing to their dogs, giving their dogs, feeding their dogs. That's a decision that everyone makes for themselves, but I don't feel good at it by putting chemicals on Ravi. I know there are pills at the vet, at least here in the Netherlands, that you can give. I will not mention any names, but they will work for 2 to 3 months. But if you hear about the side effects and how many dogs have died of them, and yes, there you can say, well, on each medication supplement dogs may die, can die. Sure, it is, but I cannot get it over my heart to put something like that in my dog that I love so much. That just doesn't feel good to me. So let's start on this one. Little disclaimer, these products are not being sponsored. I bought them myself, and the companies don't have any clue about my existence, so they did not ask me to do a review either. The first product that we have been using since this year is by Idaplus. It's a German brand, and it is a powder, and it's all based on herbs. Let's see if I can translate it to English very quickly. Yeah, it all has herbs in it. I don't know the exact English names for everything, sorry about that, but nothing chemical in here, all natural. And the dosage that Ravi usually should have is 3 grams a day, and this one that comes included is 1 gram. So if I check the instructions, he should have 3 of those, but 1.5 works fine for him. So I'm really glad that I found this. I've been searching for a powder for a longer time, but most of them Ravi doesn't eat. This one, well, the bowl, I've never seen it so clean after the food has been gone. So I think it tastes very well. And this is coconut oil. Coconut oil I add not to his food daily, but since a few months I am cooking my own dog food because the commercial dog food was giving problem after problem with Ravi, like diarrhea, vomiting, farting, and a lot of gas in his tummy. And since I started cooking myself, all the problems have gone. So yeah, I'm really glad that I done that. Quick disclaimer, if you decide to do that as well, make sure that you prepare well. It's not about the fact that it's just putting everything together in a bowl and you're done. You need to prepare very good on that one. So if you're interested in it, look up for good information. Ask a dog nutritionist. Vets usually don't know a lot about dog food, at least here in the Netherlands, not. So they might not be the most helpful persons. Sorry, I do not have COVID, I swear. I cook a batch every few weeks with beef and chicken based, and in the chicken based food I put some teaspoons of the coconut oil. This is just a simple one from a German drugstore. but they like it, so that's very well. It's biologically as well, so that's very good. Ravi also wears these during the season, and I know opinions about these things differ. It's about those beads they are in there, and they are called EM beads, and there is something, they are ceramic, and there is something in that that avoids the ticks coming onto the dogs. And a lot of people say that does not work, but I've got several dogs in the last few years wearing them, and in my opinion they do work, except then for Ravi. Ravi needs a little bit more of an adjusting to it, but for example for Max it's fine to just use this color. For Fenna it was just fine to use this color, so I'm fine with it. You have to rinse these ones under the water every 2 weeks, and then let them reload again in the sunlight. So today it's not a good day to do that, but in summer you have sun enough, so then you can recharge them. And I also have got these usually you find them as a chemical treatment. This one is also 100% natural. I do not give them often anymore because the powder seems to work fine, but I always have them on hand. They work for a few weeks, and they are fine to give as well. So that's a little indication about what I give. I think it's very important to protect your dog against ticks, because just like with us humans, dogs can get pretty sick about ticks. Most common and most known disease is Lyme disease, but you've also got other different diseases like anaplasmosis and ehrlichiosis. They are also diseases that can be caused by ticks. In America there is also the Rocky Mountain spotted fever, but that's being transmitted by a tick that's called the American tick. And as far as I know, and as far as my knowledge goes, as far as I could find on the internet, it doesn't give that tick in Europe yet. Why I say yet? Well, you can see it with mosquitoes as well. Things are spreading around the globe so quickly, so I don't see why that could not happen with ticks either. Dogs can get pretty sick from a tick bite, and I will blend in some symptoms right here that you have to keep in mind, and that when you know your dog has been bitten by a tick, they will appear within 1 to 3 weeks after the bite. So if you see any of these signs, do not hesitate, go to your vet, let's have some blood work done with your dog. It's just a little test, and if it turned out that for example, they do have Lyme disease, they can be treated by antibiotics for around 4 weeks, just like with us humans. I have been bitten by a tick last year myself. I had also antibiotics for 4 weeks, and a vet can also prescribe anti-inflammatory medication in case your dog is really struggling with joint pains after a tick bite. So just a quick little video about ticks. Be aware of them. They are really nasty. I don't know who invited them, but in my opinion they are completely useless. They can really harm your dog. They can really harm you. So be aware of the signs. Also be aware of signs of a tick bite with ourselves, our humans. So yeah, just a little quick informative video. As always, please let me know if you would like to know anything more. And I would like to say enjoy the outdoors, and we will catch you on the next trail. Goodbye.